The Milwaukee Bucks control the tip. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls with the basketball. To Porter. To Wendell Carter. Levine's shot no good. Bledsoe with the basketball. Just getting going here in game one. Middleton to Bledsoe. For three. Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Cruises inside for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Brogdon to Adetokunbo. Zach LaVine with the block. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Porter. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Ah, the monster stuff.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Bucks recover. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Malcolm Brogdon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 87% from the line. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine missed his first. That one goes.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Down 3. Shot won't go. To Porter. And a nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Bledsoe to Middleton. Here comes the screen. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Giannis Adetokunbo at the line for 2 shots. A career 74% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. To Porter. Gets to the basket and scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Screen coming. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. He got a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. LaVine. Shot from in close. No good. Bledsoe with it up top. Down 5. To Adetokunbo. Screen coming. Shot from the lane won't go. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Bulls with the rock. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Giannis with it up top. Right now, down 7. To George Hill. Driving right to the basket. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Giannis Adetokunbo. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And gets both to drop at the line. To Wendell Carter. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Middleton to Adetokunbo. The drive, right to the basket. Doesn't have the touch, no good. To Wendell Carter. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Giannis in control of the basketball, trailing by 10. To Hill. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Easy path to the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Bucks basketball to Adetokunbo. Slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
To Markkanen. Carter. Short jumper off the mark. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Otto Porter, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Giannis with it up top. Down 12. Screen coming. Adetokunbo. The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter, and there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. Hill across the timeline. They find themselves down 10. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
And count the basket.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Knocked loose. They've got it back. And scores. Strong take.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Here comes the screen. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
To Levine. Zach Levine 3 for 4. Good start.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Antetokounmpo to Middleton. To Antetokounmpo. And they call the foul. Shea, he was there too late.
There's a fine line between being active and being a detriment. You don't want to keep giving up extra possessions.
First try, no good. Missed the second one as well. To Chris Dunn. Porter. From the outside, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Goes to the left side. Here comes the screen. Antetokounmpo to Lopez. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Lopez. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls have it.
Why not? Let's keep the crowd in it.
And finishes strong.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Lopez. Brook Lopez looking good. 4 for 5.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
To DiVincenzo. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Misses the first. Missed the second as well. Big finish at the rim.
Hey, look, this is a new wave. If a young cat catches you sleeping on the wrong night, it's definitely going to get 1 million+ views the next day.
Milwaukee with the basketball. To DiVincenzo. Surveys the floor. DiVincenzo. Here's Lopez down low. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. DiVincenzo to Lopez. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
The shot clock expires. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you. Done. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Adetokunbo to George Hill. To Adetokunbo. Couldn't keep it in. Last touch by Giannis Adetokunbo. Here's Lopez, down low. Robin Lopez, he's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys down big. George Hill to Bledsoe. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Chicago with the possession to Lopez. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Lauri Markkanen trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
It's an hour silent auction. Have a look for yourself in the business. Place your bid. Don't miss your chance.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Over to the right side. Middleton. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Swings it. The pass set it all up.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Giannis with it up top. Down a bundle. Hill goes to the right side. Here comes the screen. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
It goes down.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Giannis in control of the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Hill. To Middleton. in the lane, won't go. To Porter. To Lopez. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
The Bucks at the controls. To Middleton. Screen coming. George Hill to Bledsoe. The drive. Right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Flushes it home. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Adetokunbo to George Hill. Nothing going here on that drive. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Giannis shoots. Doesn't get the bounce.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Hill to Adetokunbo. Short jumper won't go down. Done. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Robin Lopez. He's 2 for 2 now.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Lauri Markkanen pins it. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Robin Lopez with a piece.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
They'll get it down low to Lopez. Robin Lopez, 3 for 3 in this first half.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Adetokunbo to Hill. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Markkanen to Chris Dunn. Markkanen to Porter. And the basket good at the rim.
Everything about Porter is so low-key. No social media, and he's one of the few high-caliber NBA players that manages to stay out of the public eye while producing at an elite level in a number of categories.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Middleton. From the painted area, won't go down. Here's Lopez, down low. Chris Middleton rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
It's a big finish.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Now a steal by Milwaukee. And stuffs it home.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
to Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. Dunn. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. Ah, but you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
To George Hill. To Adetokunbo. 5 on the shot plus for Milwaukee. Giannis for 2. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If you're
Fellas, back to you.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
no doubt about where that one was headed.
Giannis with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Middleton to Adetokunbo. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And counted at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
And finishes strong.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Kicks it around the perimeter to Brogdon. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce. But more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Adetokunbo to Lopez. Brogdon to Adetokunbo. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Giannis Adetokunbo, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 66% in this contest. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's Chicago ball. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
It's Carter with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. to Adetokunbo. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Brogdon. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And look out.
That's called a grown man play, Ed. Someone's trying to get featured on SportsCenter tonight.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. Brogdon to Adetokunbo. Reset here. Let's see what they do. And a chance coming up at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Wendell Carter. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game. He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Greek Freak for 2. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out. Chicago basketball.
Oh my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Free throw good to cap off the 3-point play as they continue to open things up here in the 3rd quarter. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Scores from the post.
I think the defender had absolutely 0 chance on that play.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Bledsoe. Cashes in for 2.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
That's out. Last touch by Brook Lopez. Levine. Now a steal by Milwaukee. Middleton to Lopez. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
And a throwdown.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. That's a Euro step, a side step. However they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that. Whew.
Giannis for 2. Carter comes away with it. To Wendell Carter. Count the bucket for 2.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Deep two there, won't go. To Levine. To Porter. Carter. To Porter. Has a look. Not today.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Curling inside. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Bulls with it. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Hill. That's rebounded by Chicago. To Zach LaVine. And throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Porter. And that one is out. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And the finish, slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Bucks at the controls. To DiVincenzo. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Porter. Three seconds, it's going the other way. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Antetokounmpo. And he finishes at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Lopez. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Lopez lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. No good. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Lopez. Robin Lopez looking good. 4 for 5.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
And he's going to the line to shoot. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 75% so far tonight. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Stuffs it down with authority.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA. and it's fun to watch.
Adetokunbo. Missed it. To Wendell Carter. And the finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And draws the foul.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Misses the second as well. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Bucks at the controls. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
To Wendell Carter. Got it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
17-footer at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, it has been all Bulls. The Bucks inbound to start this final. Can't do that.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Rises for the slam.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Middleton to George Hill. They'll get it down low to Lopez. You've got to get that one to go. Deep right corner. Porter. Great feed. 4-3. Rebounded by Mirotic. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Chicago possession. To Lopez. Takes stock of the floor. Bad pass, and the Bucks have it. To Hill. Lauri Markkanen snatching it out of the air. Make that 7.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Lopez. Robin Lopez. He's now 5 for 6.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Big finish at the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
To Porter. That's out of bounds off a Bull. Hill into the front court. Down a bundle. Robin Lopez sends it away. Out of bounds the call. Off Robin Lopez. DiVincenzo. Mirotic, defended by the former Hoya. Five on the shot clock. Hill. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Hill across the timeline. His guys down big. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Bucks basketball. To Lopez. Gets a shot up off the mark. To Porter. Add 2 points to the board. Robin Lopez able to recover with the block. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul. Long heave from three-quarters court. The Bulls take this one. They've grabbed game one of this best-of-5 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our...
On behalf of Ed Coyne and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.